So, good evening, Bacho. Uh, I think you all have done really well in your JEE mains this examination. So, I am just going to give you brief idea about the insights of this today's evening sixth paper. So, if I talk about overall paper, then overall paper is moderate level. No? And if we talk about subject wise, then uh, mathematics usually, as usual, it was lengthy, time consuming, and for even for very good student it took more than 1 hour 10 minutes to solve entire mathematics section only. No? And if we talk about the chemistry section, then the chemistry section was moderate only. The slightly difficult compared to yesterday's paper, as it contains more questions from organic chemistry and it has more statement based question, which make this paper slightly difficult compared to yesterday's paper or today's morning shift paper. Okay, so and physics was relatively easy amongst these three subjects. Physics was the easiest but relatively difficult compared to today's morning shift paper. No? And if we talk about types of question asked, so in this shift they have asked around 4 to 5 questions statement based in chemistry, 2 to 3 statement based questions in physics as well, but that was relatively easy but more confusing. Now, so let's start with your paper discussion. So I'm going to discuss the chemistry portion of today's paper. So I think till now we have got around 12 to 13 questions of chemistry which are totally memory based. So let's start with first question of chemistry. Now, so in this question we have geminal dibromide. No, 1,1 dibromobutane, and we are treating this geminal dibromide with NaNH2, 2 moles of NaNH2. So NaNH2 is very strong base, so there will be dehydrohallucination reaction. And we know if we treat geminal dihalide with very strong base, then we get alkyne. So in first step, we will get 1 butane as product. And in next step, we are treating it with again NaNH2. NaNH2 is strong base, and we also know that terminal alkynes 1 butane will be acidic in nature. So this strong base will remove this acidic hydrogen and we will get this butanide ion. Now when we treat this butanide ion with isopropyl bromide, then there will be nucleophilic substitution reaction. This anion will attack on isopropyl bromide and it will replace the bromine atom. And as the result, we will get this kind of product. And in this question, we need to write the IUPAC name of this final product. Now, so if we need to if we need to write the IUPAC name, then between this alkyl group and multiple bond should be given higher priority. Now, so if we number from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our parent chain will contain 6 carbon atom, and from left hand side, this multiple bond or triple bond gets number 3. And if we number from left hand side 1 2 3, so from both side this multiple bond is getting same number, then we need to follow lowest locant rule. And as per lowest locant rule, if we number from left hand side, then we will get lowest sum possible. Now, so IUPAC name of this compound will become, we have methyl group on second carbon atom, so 2 methyl and X3 ine. So 2 methyl X3 ine will be your final answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. And if we talk about next question, then this is your next question. And in this case, 4 compounds are given and we need to identify the compound with least dipole moment. Now, and then we need to find out the number of lone pair in that particular compound. Okay, so if we talk about uh, dipole moment, if you remember the data, then it is very easy. Now, so if we talk about dipole moment of H2S, then it is approximately 0.86 dBi. If we talk about water, then it is approximately 1.83 dBi, and ammonia has dipole moment of 1.4 dBi, sorry 1.24 dBi, and NF3 has least dipole moment which is 0.25 dBi. Now, if you remember this data, then it will be very easy for you, or if you don't remember this data, then you can compare the dipole moment by drawing the Lewis structures for these compounds. Now, and if we draw a structure for H2S, now then we will have 2 lone pairs on sulfur atom, and we know in case of lone pairs the dipole moments will be very high and the direction of dipole moment will be towards the direction of lone pair. Now, and between hydrogen and sulfur, sulfur is more electronegative, so direction of dipole moment in sulfur hydrogen bond will be towards the sulfur atom. And so in this case all dipole moments are directing in same direction, so they will get added up. Now, if we talk about water, then same kind of thing. Now, same directions, all dipole moment, whether we talk about bond dipole or atomic dipole, both will be directed in same direction, so they will get added up. If we talk about ammonia, then we have one lone pair on nitrogen atom, so dipole moment will be towards the lone pair. And if we talk about nitrogen hydrogen bonds, then nitrogen is more electronegative, so direction will be towards the nitrogen atom. Okay, and in this case also all dipole moments are getting, or they are all directed towards in upward direction, so they will also get added up. Now, and if we talk about NF3, then in case of NF3 the dipole moment in this lone pair will be towards the direction of lone pair. And if we talk about nitrogen fluorine bond, so here fluorine is more electronegative, so dipole moments will be directed towards fluorine. Huh? So since bond dipoles and atomic dipoles are in opposite direction, so there will be subtraction, and we know the dipole moment generated in case of lone pair is much higher, so it cannot be completely compensated by these bond dipoles. No, so the bond dipole, the net dipole moment will decrease. Still, the direction of dipole moments will be towards the lone pair itself. Now, so in this case, due to subtraction, the dipole moment will become minimum, and we are getting same from the data as well. Now, and we need to calculate the total number of lone pair in this molecule. So we will have one lone pair on nitrogen atom. In this question, they have not mentioned whether we need to find out lone pair only on the central atom. Now, so we will calculate the lone pair in entire molecule. Now, so nitrogen will have one lone pair, and each fluorine atom will contain 3 lone pairs. So total number of lone pairs in this case will become 10. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. This is also very easy question. You need to write the IUPAC name. Now, so first, if we talk about the main functional group present in this compound, then this is your main functional group. And the main functional group is ester. And for ester, we use suffix O8. Okay. And the alkyl group which is attached with oxygen of ester is considered as super substituent. Now, so while writing the IUPAC name, first we need to write the name of this super substituent. Okay. So if I write name of this substituent, then 1, 2, 3 carbon straight chain. So propyl. Okay. Then the carbon chain containing this CO group of ester will be considered as your parent chain. Now, so in this case, if we talk about parent chain, then parent chain will contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon atom. And on carbon 2 we have bromine atom as substituent. On carbon 5 we have methyl group as substituent. So after writing the name of this super substituent, we need to write the name of these substituent, then root word and suffix. Okay. So, and if we need to write the name of substituent, then name of substituent should be written in alphabetical order. Now, so first we need to write bromo, 2 bromo, then we have 5 methyl and 7 carbon atoms, so root word F. There is no multiple bond present in parent chain, so in. Then after writing this primary suffix, we need to write secondary suffix which is O8. Now you can also write heptane 108 or heptane 08, both are correct here. Okay. So let's move to the next question now. And in this question, this is very easy question. You can consider this question as part of periodic table, or you can consider this question from this P block elements, group 16 elements now. And this is totally memory based question now. And we know if we move down the group, then Z effective will decrease, and due to decrease in Z effective, the value or magnitude of electron gain enthalpy also decreases. Now, so normal order is as we move down the group, the electron gain enthalpy will decrease. Now, and we have one exception in case of second period elements. Due to smaller size of second period element, the addition of new electron is difficult because of inter-electronic repulsion. Now, that's why second period elements have lesser electron gain enthalpy value. And for group 16 element, the oxygen has least electron gain enthalpy value in group 16. So normal trend, as we move down the group, electron gain enthalpy will decrease. Due to smaller atomic size, oxygen has least electron gain enthalpy. So option 2 will be correct option in this case. Sulfur, selenium, tellurium, then oxygen with least electron gain enthalpy value. Okay, so easy question, memory based. No, next, let's move to the next question. Now, in this question, we have taken one amine. This is primary amine, and we are treating this primary amine with benzoyl chloride. Now, and we know if we treat primary amine with acid or acid derivative, then there will be formation of amide, and we will get secondary amide. Now, so there will be addition elimination reaction. This NH2 group will attack on this CO group, carbon oxygen pi bond will break. We will get negative charge on oxygen, then this negative charge will back attack. This Cl will leave. No? And we will get NHCO. We can write benzene ring as pH. So this kind of 2-degree amide. Now, in next step, we are treating this amide with LiLH4, which is very good reducing agent. And if we reduce amide, then we get amine. And in case of secondary amide, we get secondary amine. Now, so the final product B in this case will be a secondary amine. Okay, so this is your final answer. Now let's move to the next question. Oh, this question is from biomolecule, and in this question basically we perform certain reactions of for glucose to determine its structure. Now, so we have glucose, we are treating glucose with some reagent A and we are getting product B. So in column A we have the reagents, column 1 we have the reagents, and in column B we have the product. So we need to match reagents with product of reaction. Clear? So the first reagent is HNO3. Now HNO3 is strong oxidizing agent. Now, and if we treat HNO3 with glucose, then aldehyde group present in glucose gets oxidized into carboxylic acid, as well as the primary alcohol group that will also get oxidized. Now, and after oxidation we will get dicarboxylic acid kind of thing. Now, and that dicarboxylic acid is called citric acid. Now, so if we treat HNO3 with glucose, then our final product will be citric acid. Now, and next we are treating glucose with acetic anhydride. Now, generally this reaction is used to determine the number of OH group present in alcohol. Sorry, in glucose, number of alcoholic group present in glucose. And we know if we have OH group present and we treat OH group with acid anhydride or acyl hydride, then we will get ester formed. No? And in glucose we have total 5 OH group. So 5 ester groups will be formed. No? So, and we will get 5 ester groups. So we can call, and that product is called pentaacetate. No? Glucose pentaacetate. Clear? Then next reagent is your hydroxylamine. And we know if we treat carbonyl group, aldehyde or ketone with hydroxylamine, then we get oxime. Now, in glucose, we have aldehyde group present. So that aldehyde group will react with this hydroxylamine and we will get glucoxime. Now, here they have mentioned oxime, so oxime. Clear? Now, the next reagent is your Br2H2O, and Br2H2O is kind of mild oxidizing agent. No, and this Br2H2O will oxidize only aldehyde group present in glucose. Now, so the aldehyde group present in glucose will get oxidized into carboxylic group, and that compound is called gluconic acid. Now, so this is your final matching, and based on this matching you can select your options. Okay, now let's move to the next question. This question is from the mole concept, you can say, or you can consider this question as part of solution chapter. Now, so in this question we have two different solution containing H2SO4. So here we have H2SO. No? And we are mixing these two solutions and we need to find out the mole fraction of H2SO4 in resultant mixture. Now, so if we need to find out the mole fraction of H2SO4, then we need to find out the moles of H2SO4 in final mixture. Now, and the total number of moles, the solute is H2SO4 and the solvent, I think they should mention solvent. Now, if solvent is not mentioned, then by default we assume solvent as water. Now, so we need to find out the moles of water as well. Clear? So let's start from the first solution. So if I talk about first solution, so we have 100 gram of 98% H2SO4, 98% weight by weight. It means if I take 100 gram solution, since here 100 gram is given, so in 100 gram solution 98 grams H2SO4 will be present, and remaining will be your solvent, that is water. So we have 2 grams of water. Clear? Then if I talk about second solution, so we have 100 grams of 49% weight by weight. Now H2SO4, 49% weight by weight means if I take 100 gram solution, then in that 100 gram solution 49 grams H2SO4 will be present. Now, and remaining, which is 51 gram, water will be present. Clear? And we need to find out moles of H2SO4. So we will get H2SO from first solution as well as from second solution. From first solution 98 gram means 1 mole. So we are getting 1 mole of H2SO4 from first solution. 49 gram means 0.5 moles Now, so total moles of H2SO4 in solution will be 1.5 moles. Now, and if I talk about moles of water, then 51 gram from second solution, 2 grams from first solution. So total mass of water is 53 grams. Now, and molar mass of water, we know it is 18 grams per mole. So we will divide it by 18. So this value is approximately, you can take 3 moles. No? So 1.5 plus moles of water in solution, 3 moles. So 1.5 divided by 4.5, 1 by 3. 1 by 3 we can write it as 0.33. So the mole fraction of H2SO4 in final solution is 0.33. Okay, is it clear? So let's move to the next question. Now, so in this question, we need to find out mixed oxide. Mixed oxide is basically oxide in which we have two or more type of oxides present, and generally in that case the metal will show two different oxidation state. Now, so if we talk about first oxide, then here the iron will show +3 oxidation state. Now, in PbO2, lead will show +4 oxidation state. This is barium peroxide, and in barium peroxide, barium will show +2 oxidation state. Now, and if we talk about this case, now using some rule, if we calculate oxidation number of lead, then it will be +8/3, and we know fractional oxidation number is not possible for these kind of metal. So we have two different oxidation states of lead present in this compound. Now, so if we talk about PbO3, then Pb3O4, sorry, Pb3O4 is mixture of PbO plus two molecules of, sorry, PbO2 plus two molecules of PbO. So here +2 oxidation state, and here we have +4 oxidation state. So Pb3O4 is mixture of these two oxides, so this is considered as mixed oxide. Okay, totally memory based question. If you remember, like there are only 2 or 3 cases we mainly discuss of mixed oxide. One is Pb3O4, second one is Fe3O4. Fe3O4 is mixture of FeO and Fe2O3. Okay, mainly these two examples we discuss. Now, so if you focus on your class, then definitely totally memory based question. Clear? Now, next question. This is kind of mixing based question. Now, and in this case, we are mixing decimolar solution of NH4OH and H2HCl. Decimolar means 1 by 10 molar solution. We have 1 by 10 molar solution of ammonium hydroxide, 1 by 10 molar solution of HCl. Now, and we are mixing these two solutions in X into 1 volume ratio, and after mixing we are getting pH for solution as 9.25. So we need to find out this value of X. So we are mixing a weak base with strong acid. And in this case, if we, there will be chance of formation of kind of basic buffer. No, we will get NH4 Cl formed. No, so for basic buffer we need to calculate pOH value. No, and pH is 9.25, so pOH will be 14 minus 9.25, so 4.75. Now pKb value is given. Now clear? So pKb value is 4.74, pOH is 4.75. So we can write pOH as pKb plus log of concentration of conjugate acid. In this case, conjugate acid is ammonium ion, divided by concentration of weak base, that is ammonium hydroxide, left after the reaction. Clear? And these two values are same, then we can write log NH4 positive divided by NH4OH. This will be 0, and this value is, log is 0 when we have concentration of ammonium ion is equals to the concentration of log 0 means this argument term will be equals to 1. Clear? So yeah, so we need to find out the concentrations of ammonium ion formed after the reaction and concentration of NH4OH left after the reaction. Now, and volume ratio is given 1 is to, sorry, X is to 1. So we can assume, let's say we are taking X liter of ammonium hydroxide, 1 liter of HCl. Molarity we know. If I take X liter of ammonium hydroxide with M by 10 concentration, then number of moles of ammonium hydroxide will be 0.1x. This one 0.1 moles. Now, and in this case, since we are considering basic buffer, then during formation of basic buffer, this HCl should be your limiting reagent. No, and if HCl is limiting reagent, then it will get completely consumed. So moles of ammonium hydroxide remaining will be 0.1 minus 0.1x minus 0.1. This will get entirely consumed, and moles of ammonium chloride will be equals to the moles of limiting reagent here, which is 0.1 mole. And if we simplify this, then we will get 0.1 into x minus 1. Now we need to find out the concentration terms. So concentration will be basically number of moles divided by total volume. Total volume of solution is 1 plus x liter. So 0.1 into 1 x minus 1 divided by 1 plus x. Concentration of ammonium ion or ammonium chloride, you can write 0.1 divided by 1 plus x. No? And if we put this value here, no? 0.1 divided by 1 plus x, 0.1 x minus 1 divided by 1 plus x. This 1 plus x will get cancelled, 0.1, 0.1. So we will get x minus 1 is equals to 1. So value of x will be 2. So this is your final answer. Value of x is 2. Okay. So this is bit calculative. And in this case, they have not mentioned whether we are getting basic buffer or not. So in this case, you need to assume it, or you need to check for proper cases. Now, since we are getting basic solution, it means this HCl is present in limited quantity. Either we will have this ammonium hydroxide in excess quantity, or both will be in equal amount. If both are equal amount, then we will have basically solution of NH4Cl. So in that case, we need to use salt hydrolysis. Now, by assuming this thing, we are getting your answer. So this is your final solution. Clear? Now, next. Now, in this case, we need to find out which solution will form basic buffer. Okay. So if we talk about basic buffer, then basic buffer is mixture of wheat base and its conjugate acid. Generally, we get this conjugate acid from salt of base with strong acid. Now, so uh, we need to identify the solution in which we have weak base and its salt. Okay. So in first case, we have strong base and salt. So this can never form basic buffer. In second case, we have strong acid and strong base. So in that case, there is no chance of formation of basic buffer. Now, if we take weak base and strong acid, and weak base is present in excess quantity or higher quantity than strong acid, then basic buffer will be formed, like in this previous question. Now, we are treating weak base with strong acid, and if weak base is present in excess quantity, then basic buffer will be formed. No, but we are not having such case here. No, and in this case, we are having strong acid and its salt. No, so buffer formation is not possible. In option 4, no, we have uh, ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Ammonium hydroxide is weak base, and this is salt of weak base. So in this case, we will get basic buffer formed. Okay. So let's now Ajay sir will discuss few questions of mathematics. So I'm handing over mic to him.
Hello, good evening. So we saw already maths paper was a little bit lengthy. So some memory based question we are going to discuss. First question I got from students, that is from complex number. Question was, it was 4z square plus z bar equal to 0. This was given, and where z is some complex number. They were asking Find the value of sigma I equal to 1 to n JEE mod square. These value they are asking. So option was given something. Okay, I'll check what are the options. I think option was there. Let me check. Mhm. Yes, so option are 3 by 16 was one option. Next we had 3 by 64, 9 by 64 and 1 by 16. Okay, so just in simply you can start with assuming z is x plus y iota. Just replace this, you will get all z and you can find this. This means what we have to find? We have to find z1 mod square plus z2 mod square and so on. How many z is possible? We'll check from there. Just replace there. It is 4 into x plus y iota whole square plus z bar is x minus y iota equal to 0. Solve this. Compare the real part and imaginary part. So it will be 4 into x square minus y square plus 2xy iota, and this will be x minus y iota is equal to 0. Write real part and imaginary part separate. So real part is 4x square minus 4y square, and from there you will get plus x. This is the real part. Imaginary part you will get 4 into 2, you will get 8xy iota, and from there minus y iota. So I wrote iota separate. This is real part and this is 8xy iota minus y iota. Imaginary part this is equal to 0. We can write this 0 plus 0 iota. Just compare. This must be 0 and this also must be 0. You will get all solution. So first I am writing this equal to 0. 8xy minus y is equal to 0. If you take y common, so 8x minus 1 equal to 0. So from there you got two solutions, y equal to 0 or x is equal to 1 by 8. Now second information we have, this is equal to 0. I'll put there first from y equal to 0. So second information, 4x square minus 4y square plus x equal to 0 we have. If we'll take y equal to 0, so first I am taking y equal to 0. So what will get there? 4x square, this is 0 plus x equal to 0. X you can take common. 4x plus 1 equal to 0, you will get two solution from there. That is x equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1 by 4. So when y equal to 0, so what solution we have? If you write all solution of x plus y iota, so first solution we got when y was 0. So if y is 0, we got x equal to 0. This is one solution, z1. Second solution, y is equal to 0. We got x is equal to minus 1 by 4. This is our second solution, x plus y iota. Now next solution, if we have x equal to 1 by 8. So if x is equal to 1 by 8, put x equal to 1 by 8 there and you get y value. So x equal to 1 by 8, you will put 1 by 8 there, so you will get 4 by 64 minus 4y square plus x is 1 by 8, so 1 by 8 equal to 0. Solve this. So it will be, I think, 12 upon 4 by 64 plus 8 by 64 is equal to 4y square. So 4y square is equal to 12 by 64. So y square is equal to 3 by 64. If we'll find y, we'll get two value. Y is plus minus under root this. So root this is root 3 by 8. So we got these two solutions when x is equal to 1 by 8. So put there x is equal to 1 by 8. Our next solution is when x is 1 by 8, y is equal to root 3 by 8. And x is equal to 1 by 8, y is equal to minus root 3 by 8. So we have this 4 solution for z. Just find mod in each case, and mod z1 square they are only asking. So find magnitude in each case and add all. So what answer we are going to get? 1 by 4 square plus 0 square. 0 square will not write. 0 square plus 0 square. So I didn't write. 1 by 4 is minus 1 by 4 square. You got 1 by 4 square plus 0 square again. 1 by 8 square plus root 3 by 8 square. And same thing again 1 by 8 square. And this square you'll get again same thing. So just multiply by 2. This will be your answer. If you'll solve this, so 1 by 4 square is 1 by 16. This if you'll solve, so 1 by 64 plus 3 by 64, it is 4 by 64, so 8 by 64, so 1 by 8 you will get. If you'll add both, so it is 3 by 16. So our answer is option number A. Simply by putting x and y iota, we got our answer option number A, 3 by 16. Okay. Next question. This was easy only. So we'll say this question was just easy level, just calculation, nothing else. Next question we are doing from quadratic equation. We have next question. Quadratic equation alpha beta be the roots of the equation 12x square minus 20x plus 3 lambda. This is a quadratic equation whose roots are alpha and beta, where given lambda is integer. Lambda belongs to integer. Roots are alpha and beta. So then they have given one information, range of beta minus alpha they have given 1 by 2 is less than equal to beta minus alpha mod is less than equal to 3 by 2. Okay, then the sum of all possible value of lambda. Option we don't have, maybe in integer type. So they are asking find sum of all values of lambda. We will find lambda. Just this is difference of roots. So you can apply difference of roots formula. If you remember, directly apply there. If you don't remember difference of roots formula, convert into alpha plus beta and alpha into beta term. So simple. Yeah, all are positive. 1 by 2 to 3 by 2. We can do squaring both sides. Squaring. So 1 by 4. It is beta minus alpha whole square. 9 by 4. Correctly. A minus b whole square formula you can apply. So 1 by 4 less than equal to, this is alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta less than equal to 9 by, this is 1 by 4 and this is 9 by 4. So 9 by 4. Just put value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, simple, by quadratic. So if this quadratic given, from there we can say alpha plus beta value is minus b upon a, means 20 upon 12, that is 5 by 3, and alpha into beta value is c upon a, 3 lambda by 12, that is lambda by 4. Just put this two value in this, you'll get lambda value and you can find all solutions. So if you put this value, so 1 by 4 less than equal to alpha plus beta whole square, so 25 by 9 minus 4 into alpha into beta, so 4 into lambda by 4 will get just lambda. Just solve this. How to solve? Subtract 25 by 9, so 1 by 4 minus 25 by 9 less than equal to minus lambda less than equal to 9 by 4 minus 25 by 9. So what will get? Minus lambda value is, this you will get 9 minus 100. So 9 minus 100, 9 minus 100 is minus 91 upon 36. Okay, this is 81 minus 100. 81 minus 100 is minus 19 by 36. Okay, so multiply by lambda. So lambda value will be, it will be changed 19 by 36 there to 91 by 36. So this is, we got range of lambda, but they have given lambda is integer. So what can be lambda? This is something 0 point something. So and this is 2 point something you will get. This is 0 point something. So lambda value will be integral value. You will get 1 is 1 integer. Next integral value you will get 2. You will not get more than 2 because 3 will be not there in this range. You will get only 2 integer value. So our answer is lambda equal to 1 and 2. They are asking find sum of all value of lambda. So our answer is 1 square plus 2 square. 5 is our answer. So this was again just calculation based question. Okay, some quadratic. Next we got a question from this is number of element in the relation this. Okay, just you need to solve this. Next question we have, they're asking number of element in a relation. A relation is given x comma y such that number of x comma y such that 4x square plus y square less than 52. We have to find number of where x y belongs to, again integer given. We have to find how many elements will be there. Number of element, again option we don't have, so maybe it is integer type, we'll check. So number of element in this, just you need to solve this, nothing else. Although if you check geometrically, this represent ellipse. You can write this x square by, if you divide by 52, so you'll get 13 plus y square by 52 less than 1. This you will get. So if I think if you check this how it looks like, this is some vertical ellipse and this is root 13 root 52 less than 1. They are asking how many integral value inside this. Inside this we have to check how many integral value is there. So x range, x value will put from x is 0, root 13 is something 3 point something, 4 point something. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will not be there in internal. We'll just put this value of x. Achha, x value may be negative parts, minus 1, minus 2, these all can be minus 3, these all can be the value of x. So simple in this, you should not, this is not question of ellipse, just solve this by putting x value. First case, if I'll put x value 0, x equal to 0, x equal to 0 is an integer. Okay, so put there, so what you will get? You will get y square less than 52. Y square less than 52 means y value is from minus, y belongs to minus root 52 to plus root 52, and y is also integer. So how many solution will get? This is 7 point something, na? 7 point something minus 7 point something. So between this, how many integral value will get? So 0 to 7. If you check this, it is 0, 7. We'll check, will not count all value. Minus 7 to 7, we'll just count value from, we can write this. So minus 7 point something root 52 is there, and minus 7 point, assume one thing is there. So we'll just count integral value. We'll count from minus 7, this integer, to plus 7. Only this integral value will count. So we'll count all integral value. This is minus 7, minus 6, minus 5 up to plus 7. When x equal to 0, how many numbers? 7 plus 7 plus 1. We'll get 15 solution. Solution are x equal to 0, y equal to minus 7, x equal to 0, y equal to minus 6. We have 15 solution when x equal to 0. Total 15 solution we have on this line. Okay, similarly put x equal to 1 next. X equal to 1. So if x equal to 1, how many solution will get? X equal to 1, put there. So what you will get? You will get y square less than 48. So y belongs to minus root 48, means this 2 plus root 48. So again, integral, this is like minus 6 point something. So now they will get 6.30, means 36, 7 is 7 is not included now. So minus 6, 2 plus 6, all this value you will get. Minus 6, minus 5 up to plus 6. These all value you will get now in this range. So how many value? 6 plus 6, 12 plus 1, 13 value you will get. Similarly, if you put x equal to, so in this question it is just lengthy, just put nothing else. Just put x equal to 2 and check. So what is y square range? Y square range is y square less than what? 16, 52 minus 16, it is 36. I think y square less than 36. Okay, check there, equal to sign is not there, so you can do mistake there. Avoid, you should avoid these mistakes. So y belongs to minus 6 to plus 6, but this time 6 is not, you cannot count 6, exclude 6, means minus 5, minus 4 up to plus 5. This will be your solution. So you have 11 solution. Similarly, if you will put x is equal to 3, this time you will get solution. Yes, this time you will get, next time you will not get. This is only your solution. So x equal to 2, 3, y square is 36, 52 minus 36. It is 16, I think, 16. Yes. So again, y belongs to minus 4 to 4. Will not count minus 4 and plus 4. Will just count from minus 3. Minus 3, minus 2 up to 3 only will count. So 3 plus 3 and 1, it is 7 solution you got from this. In x equal to 4, will not get any solution. X equal to 4. So y square less than, what you will get? 64. 52 minus 64. Something negative number you will get. So no solution from there. These are only our solution. Achha, next, in this case, for all case, we have also minus value. For 0, you have only this line, but for x equal to 1 or plus minus 1, double solution you have. For x equal to minus 1, also you have 13 solution. X equal to minus 2, also you have 11 solution. X equal to minus 3, also you have 7 solution. These solution you are getting twice. This only once. So just this is your answer. So answer is 15 plus twice of this. This if you add 13 plus 7, 20 plus 31 into 2, 62 solution from there and 15 solution. So total solution is 62 plus 15. It is 77 solution for this question. So answer for this question is 77. Okay. So again, this was not like much calculation. So next question we have one question we have, area under curve from ellipse. Area under curve questions. One question we have, AP-GP question also we got. Okay. So let me discuss also that question, AP-GP question. So this question is what given, ABC in AP. We have next question, ABC given these number are in arithmetic progression. Okay, where A greater than B greater than C. A square, 2B square and C square in GP. A square, 2B square and C square, these number are in geometric progression. And next information we have, A plus B plus C equal to 1. These three information we have. What they are asking, find the value of 9 into A square plus B square plus C square. This is the question. Again, I don't have option, so let me check. Simple, will apply the property of AP, if 3 number are in AP, so from there we can say A plus C is equal to 2B, and put this in this, there put there A plus C equal to 2B. So what will get? A plus C is 2B, so 2B plus B is equal to 1. So 3B equal to 1, B value directly you got 1 by 3. B value you got 1 by 3. Okay. Now GP property. These are in GP. So from there you will say this is GP. So a square of this 2B is square, a square of middle term is A square into C square. So you can write there 2B square is equal to plus minus AC. Yes, both are possible. Plus minus AC is possible. And B value you know 1 by 3, you can put there 1 by 3. So 2 by 9 is equal to plus minus AC. Plus minus AC you will check with plus sign. So now this also you know A plus C is 2B. So from there you can say A plus C is 2B. 2B means 2 by 3. And second information you have AC is equal to plus or minus 2 by 9. Okay, we have to find for this. So A square and C square will get just by squaring this. So squaring this, A square plus C square plus 2AC is equal to 4 by 9. 2AC value you can put there A square plus C square. So if you put 2 into 2 by 9, one case is 2 into 2 by 9 plus if I'll put there. So 4 by 9 and 4 by 9 cancel. So we are getting A square plus C square equal to 0. So this will be for imaginary case. It will not, it was given in question, it was real number, ABC was real number. So this case is not possible. Second case, if I'll put there negative value, A square plus C square, AC value is minus 2 by 9, so we'll get 2 into minus 2 by 9 minus 4 by 9 is equal to 4 by 9. So from there, we'll get A square plus C square value is 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9, 8 by 9. Okay. Already B square value already we know there, 1 by 3. This value you got, just put this value. So what will get this? 9 times A square plus C square is 8 by 9. And B square is 1 by 9. 9 by 9 it is 1. So 1 into 9, answer is just 9. Okay, so we'll not get solution from there. So answer will be 9 for this question. Coming to next question. So we have one question from, we discussed ellipse and area under curve. Application of integral. So this was also easy question only. Okay. Next question we have from application of integral area. Area enclosed by, it is area enclosed by one curve is 4x square plus y square less than equal to 8, and another curve we have y square less than equal to 4x. We have to find area enclosed by this. Some option we have given, I am writing their options. Option A is pi plus 4 by 3 square unit. Second option we have pi minus 4 by 3 square unit. Next option we have pi plus 2 by 3 square unit and pi minus 2 by 3 square unit. These options we have. So if you'll see, this looks like this is ellipse and parabola. If you'll draw their graph, so something like this you will get, na? This ellipse equation means you can write x square by 2 plus 4 by 2 y square by 8 less than equal to 1. So this again a vertical curve will get like this, something will get like this. So this is root 2 and this is root 8 or 2 root 2. Okay. And second equation y square less than equal to 4x. We know this is parabola. parabola y square less than 4x. This is y square less than 4x. So inside this ellipse and inside this parabola, so our area is this. This area asking in question, we have to find this area. This area we have to find. Simply, again, you'll first find this point. We just need to find this point, break this in two categories, this area plus this area, and twice. I'm just finding for upper part, twice of this will get complete area. So upper part area 0 2. Okay, this point you have to find. So for this point we need to solve both. Solve both equation. Equal to, you can assume y square is equal to 4x and 4x square plus y square equal to 8. Put there y square value, it is 4x. 4x square plus 4x is equal to 8. X square plus x minus 2 equal to 0. Their factorization will get x minus 1 into x plus 2. Yes, correct? X plus 2. Okay, so we have x value 1 and x value minus 2. Minus 2 is not possible in our case. So this is x equal to 1. This is x equal to 1. We can find y from there. So y not required. So we'll break our integration in two parts, 0 to 1 and 1 to root 2. These two curve we have, 0 to 1 we have this curve. So this curve y square equal to 4x. So y is equal to, you will get under root 4 is 2 root x, this curve. Now you need this curve equation. After 1 you have this white curve ellipse equation, you need y value in term of x. So y value if you write from there, so y square is equal to 8 minus 4x square. So y is equal to under root 4, if you take common you will get 2 root 4, if you take common, so 2 minus x square. Okay, 2 to the 4 into 8 minus 4, we can write this. So this two curve equation you got. So our answer is area is just twice of, why twice? Lower part plus above the x axis, twice of integration of 0 to 1. 0 to 1 will use this parabola curve y is equal to 2 root x dx plus in 1 to root 2 we have this ellipse curve, this is 2 root 2 minus x square dx. Just this integration will give us final answer of area. So 2 we can take common, so it will be 4 into 0 to 1 root x dx. We know root x dx integration. So 0 to 1 root x dx, directly I am writing integration there. So 2 root x integration is x power 3 by 2, 1 by 2 plus 1, x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 from 1 to 0. This integration 2 already I took common, a square minus x square under root integration. This was, we had a square minus x square under root integration. What was this integration? Indefinite. It was x by 2 root a square minus x square, x by 2 and plus it was a square by 2 something sin inverse x by a. Just will put this value there and will get value. Just put their value and get their integration. Put their value. It will be a little bit complicated. So that calculation you are supposed to do 1 to root 2. So 1 to root 2 x by 2 root a square minus x square. So root 2 minus x square plus a square by 2. A square is 2. A square we have 2. A square by 2 sin inverse x by a. Sin inverse x by a. So a will be root 2. So just we need to put the value there. 4 into this is our answer. So do this calculation part. If I'll put there 0, we'll get 0. So 1 power 3 by 2. It is 2 by 3 into, only you'll get 2 by 3. 2 by 3, yes. This part, in this part, if we'll put root 2, so root 2 by 2, so this part will be 0. If we'll put there root 2, this is 1, sin inverse root 2 by root 2, pi by 2. 0 plus pi by 2. When I'll put root 2, this part becomes 0, this part is pi by 2. Check just calculation, yes, correct. Now minus, if I'll put 1, so just don't mistake in calculation, remaining you'll get answer 1 if you'll put. So 2 minus 1 root 1, 1 by 2 you'll get there. And then tan inverse 1 by root 2, 45 degree, pi by 4. I think we'll get our final answer if calculation is correct. So what we are getting finally, 4 into 2 by 3 minus 1 by 2. And there pi by 2 minus pi by 4. So we'll get pi by 4. Okay. 4 into pi by 4 is pi. 2 by 3 minus this. So 4 minus 3. 1 by 6 into 4. 1 by 6 into 4. 4 by 6. It is 4 by 6, 2 by 3. Yes, we have option pi plus 2 by 3. Option C is correct. Pi plus 2 by 3. Option C is correct. Okay. So again, this was a little bit calculative. So this was question from area of application of integral. Let me check if you get more question in maths. So by the time we have got only this question in maths only. One question we got somewhere like that was mean deviation. Number was in AP. Directly you can find mean deviation. About median and mean will be same. So that was one question. If we'll get one more question in maths, we will discuss. Now you check some now physics question. Okay. I'll pass mic to physics sir.
We will be going through some of the physics questions that we have received so far. Physics overall, I believe it was very much doable with some of the tricky questions thrown in. First question we have received, it's find the dimension of the expression epsilon naught E divided by T, where epsilon naught E and T are permittivity, electric field and time. We have to tell the physical dimensions of this expression, that is epsilon naught E by T. Now, if you remember, electric flux is defined in two different ways. One is the dot product of electric field with area vector, and another charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface divided by permittivity of free space epsilon naught. If we are talking about physical dimensions, left side dimensions will be of electric field into area, right side dimensions will be of charge divided by permittivity. What you can do, you can send this permittivity term to the left side, bring area to the right side. You have electric field into epsilon naught, right side charge divided by area. This is becoming somewhat like the expressions that we have in the question. Divide both sides with time, some kind of time dimension. So left side with time, we will have our expression ready. Right side, it will be Q divided by area into time. I'll write this as 1 by area and charge by time. I will club them together. Area, we measure it in meters square. Area has physical dimensions of L square. Charge by time, charge crossing a certain cross section divided by time is what we call electric current. So this will have dimensions of current, and that we can represent with A as for ampere. This you can rewrite it as ampere L raised to power minus 2. These will be our physical dimensions for the given expression epsilon naught E by T. What will be our correct option? Of these, option B is matching our answer. Let's go over to the next question. In an open organ pipe, third and sixth harmonic frequency differ by 3200 Hz. Find the length of organ pipe. If you have an open organ pipe, it gives frequencies as per this expression. You have integer n, speed of sound in air divided by 2 times the length of the organ pipe. These will be the harmonics that you will be receiving in an open organ pipe. As per the question, third and sixth harmonic they are talking. Third harmonic, third frequency, it would be 3V by 2L. Sixth harmonic, it will be 6V by 2L. They have given the difference of these two harmonics. Obviously, the sixth harmonic will be higher than the third harmonic. Sixth harmonic pitch will be higher. This difference is given 6th minus 3rd. It is 3200 Hz as per the question. Substitute these two in here. 6th harmonic will be 6V by 2L. 3rd harmonic will be 3V by 2L. This is equal to 3200. 6V by 2L minus 3V by 2L. This will then be 3V by 2L again. This is 3200 Hz. They have given the speed of sound, this V. From this they are asking you to find the length of the organ pipe. So what you can do, send L to the left, to the right side, bring 3200 to the left side. You have 3V by 2 into 3200 is equal to length of the organ pipe. Speed of sound in air is given 320 divided by 2 into 3200. This will be the length of the organ pipe. 320 times 10 will be 3200. Length of the organ pipe will be 3 by 20. Now this answer will be in your SI unit of meter, since you have been using SI units while solving the question. Options are in a centimeter, so do convert this. from meter to centimeters by multiplying this with 100. Length of the tube will then be 15 centimeter. This will match our option C. Option C will be the correct answer. Let's head over to the next question. For the given logic gate, you have to find the output function. This will be your output. You have to use a little bit of Boolean algebra to get through this. A, B, and they are going into AND gate. AND gate output is A and B. So this one side by side. C, D are going into OR gate. OR gate output is C or D. This A and B is going into a NOT gate. NOT gate reverses the input. So if you are sending A and B inside NOT gate, you will be receiving A and B NOT as the output of NOT gate. This is then fed into another AND gate here. From here you are receiving C or D to be fed into the OR gate. This is AND gate. Apologies. A and B, it's bar, and C or D are going into the AND gate. What will be the output here? Here you shall be receiving A and B bar and C or D. This output of AND gate is then being fed into the NOT gate. So final output I will write here. It will be negated. It will be opposite of what you have fed. It will be bar of what you are sending inside. This will be this. Now we have to simplify this to get one of these answers. For that we will use De Morgan law. De Morgan law says if you have, we'll write it here, two AND negated with a bar, this gets you A bar or B bar. Same we will use here. You have this one thing, this other thing in an AND and it's negated. So as per De Morgan law, we shall be receiving A and B, this bar of it plus C plus D bar of this. Two bars over here, A and B bar, this gets cancelled. You will have A and B here, or here also you can use De Morgan law again. C plus D bar, this you can write it as C bar dot D bar. So this should be our right answer. It's matching our option D. Little bit of Boolean algebra, like I said, is being used here. In case you forget all this, you can always go to the truth table. It will be longer. So if you have 5-10 minutes left at the end of your test paper, you can definitely try this. Next question. Using simple pendulum experiment, G is determined by measuring its time period. Which of the following plots represent current relation between the pendulum length L and time period T? So for simple pendulum, for small oscillations, we have time period 2 pi square root L by G. What we are plotting here is 1 by T square on y-axis, length of the pendulum on x-axis. So we need to bring this y, we need to bring this x, we have to see what the relation is. Then we can deduce what shape it will be making on the plot. Square both sides. You have T square is equal to 4 pi square L. I will write it as capital L since they are using capital L. L by G. It's the same L, small l, capital L. It's the length of the pendulum. I will send 4 pi square G to the left side, T square to the right side. G divided by 4 pi square is equal to L by T square. Interchange the sides. 1 L by T square is equal to G by 4 pi square. Now see, I will write this L by T square as L into 1 by T square is equal to G by 4 pi square. We are plotting 1 by T square on y axis, L on the x axis. So in place of L, I will put a big X. In place of 1 by T square, I will put a big Y. And right side, if you look closely, you have gravitational acceleration G, a constant, divided by 4 pi square constant numbers. So right hand side, all in all, is a complete constant. Now if you have x into y is equal to some constant, or if you can write y as some constant divided by x. This plot, if you make in the xy coordinate system, the shape that you will receive, that you will get, it will be a rectangular hyperbola. Which among these is the rectangular hyperbola? Yes, is our rectangular hyperbola. This should be our right answer. To the next question. Two balls of mass 2m and m collides with rod of mass small m and length capital L as shown. Balls stick to the rod after collision. Find V by omega if rod is hinged at the center. In collisions like this, where rotation is involved, about the hinge point, you can conserve angular momentum of the system. System of balls plus the rod before the collision. Angular momentum of the system after the collision, they both will be exactly same. So before the collision, we calculate angular momentum about the hinge. I'm writing angular momentum as L initial, so I about the hinge point. The rod itself is at rest. It has no angular velocity. So due to the rod, angular momentum contribution will be 0. This is due to the rod. Two masses you have. One mass is m, other is 2m. M is at perpendicular distance of L by 2 from the hinge, moving with v velocity. But when it collides, it will rotate this rod in the anticlockwise manner. Angular momentum corresponding will be mass m, velocity v, and its perpendicular distance is L by 2. I'm writing angular momentum as m v L by 2. This will be the angular momentum of that small m mass about the hinge point. Do the same for this 2m mass. 2m mass is moving with v velocity at a perpendicular distance L by 4. When it strikes here, that will also rotate this rod in the anticlockwise manner. So take the same sign for angular momentum that you did for the small m mass. Mass is 2m, it's moving with same v speed and is at L by 4 of perpendicular distance from the hinge point. This will be the net angular momentum of the system of the rod plus this mass before the collision. mvl by 2, this will be another mvl by 2. When added, this will be mv and L. Now both of these masses are sticking to the rod and they all rotate together as a system after the collision. So what we will do, this mass, let's say, gets here, this mass gets here, and then all three rotate together with some angular velocity, let's say omega. We will calculate moment of inertia of the system, and then we will use angular momentum is equal to I into omega for the entire system, as they all rotate with the same angular velocity omega. First calculate the moment of inertia of the system once they start to rotate together. The rod is hinged about the center of mass, about the midpoint, moment of inertia of the rod. Do go over its mass first, mass and length. Mass is m, length is l. About the hinge point, its moment of inertia will be m l square by 2. This is for the rod. Plus this mass, you see, small m mass, it is sticking at the end of the rod at l by 2 distance from the hinge. So moment of inertia contribution will be mass m at a distance l by 2 and a square of this. Same you have to do for this 2m mass. 2m mass takes here at l by 4 distance from the hinge. Its moment of inertia contribution will be 2m times l by 4 square. So this will be the moment of inertia of the system once the mass is stick and they start rotating together. This is ml square by 12, ml square by 4 plus 2m l square by 16. 2 times 8 is 16. It should be the common denominator. 24, I believe. 2 times 12 is 24, 4 times 6, and 8 times 3. This times ml square. This will be the moment of inertia of the system once they start rotating together. What will be the angular momentum of the system after the sticking, after they start to rotate together? I'm writing final angular momentum as moment of inertia of the system times the angular velocity omega with which they rotate together. Moment of inertia we found out, it is 11 by 24 ml square into omega. Now conserve this linear momentum, angular momentum before the sticking and after the sticking. This is the angular momentum after the sticking. MVL before and 11 by 24 ml square omega after. In here m should cancel, this l should cancel. They are asking the ratio of v by omega. V by omega will be 11l by 24. V by omega, it should have a length dimension in the answer. Two balls of mass 2m and m collides with rod of mass m and length l as shown. Find v by omega if rod is hinged at center. L is equal to 8 meters. Okay, length is given as 8 meters. In place of L, you put 8 meters divided by 24. 8 times 3 is 24. Answer should be 11 by 3. This should be our answer. Let's see. A gas undergoes a process in which state variable changes from 1 atmospheric pressure 60 milliliters 27 degrees Celsius to P atmospheric pressure 30 milliliter of volume 77 degrees Celsius of temperature. They're asking you to find this unknown pressure. Now if a process occurs in a closed container, this ratio of PV and T remains constant for closed container processes. So we will calculate PV by T for the initial, for the final, and then we will equate them. So for initial, I will use 1 as subscript, initial pressure, initial volume by initial temperature. For final, I will use 2, final pressure, final volume, final temperature. What are they asking you to find? They are asking you to find essentially the final pressure. We want to find this P2. P2 will be, keep P2 on one side, everything else to the other side. So you have P2 is equal to P1 V1 by T1, the other side, T2 will go in the numerator, V2 will go in the denominator. This will be the expression of final pressure that they are asking you to find. Be careful with the units, and one more thing, you take temperatures in Kelvin. Since this PV by T, PV is equal to nRT, these things work on Kelvin scale, on absolute scale, not the Celsius scale. Initial pressure, this I will write it as 1 atm. If you are unsure about the units, do write the units together, as you won't have to unnecessarily convert atm to SI, SI to atm again and again. V1 initial volume is 60 milliliters, right? 60 milliliters. T2 is final temperature. This is initial temperature, that's final temperature, 77 degrees Celsius. You do, however, convert this into Kelvin by adding 273 to it. This will be the final temperature. T1 is initial temperature, 27 degrees Celsius. Once again, you convert this into Kelvin by adding 273 to it, times V2 is final volume, that is 30 milliliters. Units also you do cancel along with the calculations. So first clear out the units. You have milliliter cancelling here, Kelvin will again cancel. So your answer will remain in atm. Okay, 1 atm into 60, 77 plus 273, this will be 350 Kelvin. 27 plus 273, this will be 300 Kelvin. Unit of atm is left, all right here. 60 into 5 is 300. We lost this 30 here. 300 Kelvin into 30 ml. Here you have 30 ml as well. ml is cancelled. Zeros cancel. 5 times 7 is 55. Your final pressure will be 7 by 3 atmospheric pressure. Among this, option C should match. Light ray is incident on a slab of refractive index 3 by 2 if wavelength of refracted ray is 520 nanometers. Find wavelength of incident ray. When a light passes through different media, its speed changes, its wavelength also changes. So here it is traveling in air where refractive index is, let's say, 1. In the slab, let's say refractive index is N2, which is given as 3 by 2. Wavelength of refracted ray. So here wavelength is given as 520 nanometers. They are asking you to find wavelength of the incident ray. Lambda 1 will be how much? Now we have speed of wave as frequency into lambda, of which frequency depends on the source producing the light, source producing the ray. Speed and wavelength, they depend on the medium in which the rays travel. Frequency does not change as the ray travels into different media, but speed and its wavelength will change proportionally. Now in this glass slab, speed with which it travels, I'm writing V2. Speed with which it travels in air, I will write it as V1. This ratio should be wavelength of light in slab divided by wavelength of light in the air. In the glass slab, V2, this will be speed of light in vacuum divided by refractive index of slab, divided by V1 speed of light in air. This will simply be C. If you want, you can write C by 1, C by N1. This will be equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. C's will cancel and 2 will go in the denominator. You have lambda 2 by lambda 1 equal to 1 by N2. Lambda 2 will be lambda 1 divided by n2. They are asking the incident. So incident wavelength will be n2 times lambda 2. Refractive index of the slab is given as 3/2. Wavelength of the refracted ray is given as 520 nanometers. So wavelength of the incident ray, how much will it be? It will be 780 nanometers. Which of the following is are true for YDSC experiment? Fringe width increases if slit width is constant and wavelength is increased. Fringe width increases if slit width is constant, wavelength decreased. Fringe width, we write it as lambda d by d, where lambda is wavelength of light, d is distance between the slits and the screen, d is distance between the slits. Fringe width will increase in case lambda is increased and slit distance is decreased. So see which one matches. Lambda should be increased. Slit width, even if it is constant, I believe fringe width should increase since we are increasing the wavelength. Slit width is increased, lambda constant. If you increase slit width, it will decrease fringe width. Okay, slit width is decreased, this is decreased, wavelength constant. In this case also fringe width will increase. So these are the two cases where fringe width should increase. Fringe width expression again, it's lambda d by d. Lambda is wavelength, d is distance between the screen and the slits, which we are not changing. D is distance between the slits. So either you increase lambda or decrease the distance between the slits, fringe width will increase. They are asking in what cases will it increase. So one option is slit width is constant, this we do not change. Wavelength is increased. So if we increase the wavelength, slit width will increase. Slit width is decreased, wavelength constant, then also fringe width will increase. So 1 and 4 are correct. Your option B should be the right answer here. In case of capillary action, if surface tension of liquid, radius of capillary tube and density of liquid decreases by 1%, then percentage change in the height of liquid level inside capillary. Height of liquid inside capillary, we write it as 2t cos contact angle by radius of capillary, density of liquid into g. G won't change, theta won't change. What we are changing here, surface tension, radius and the density. So relative change equation you can write here as relative change in height is equal to relative change in surface tension, density and radius of capillary tube are in the denominator. So here you will have minus relative change in radius minus relative change in the density. This will be the relative change equation. Now we multiply this with 100 both sides. You have 100 times relative change in H, 100 times relative change in surface tension, 100 times relative change in radius minus 100 times relative change in density. 100 times relative change is percentage change. So left side you will have percentage change in height, which they are asking you to find. 100 times delta t by t, this will be percentage change in surface tension, percentage change in t, minus 100 times delta r by r, this will be percentage change in capillary radius, again minus 100 times delta rho by rho, this will be percentage change in density. So put the values carefully. All three of these are decreasing. So percentage change in tension minus 1, minus Percentage change in radius, again minus 1, minus percentage change in density, once again minus 1. 1 minus 1, and these two will become plus. Net percentage change will be 1%. Positive implies an increase. If surface tension, radius of capillary tube, and density of liquid are decreased by 1% each, height to which liquid rises up in percentage will increase by 1. For the given circuit, find reading of ammeter just after K is closed. I have this circuit here. When you close the switch, just close the switch, inductor is inducing back EMF, reversed EMF. So any branch that contains inductors, they won't be flowing current immediately. You can think of them as open ends of a circuit. So just when you close the switch, which branches do you have inductor? This branch has inductor, no current will flow through this branch. This branch has inductor, no current will flow through this branch. Current will only flow through the 9 ohm resistor that is in the middle branch. 9 volt of battery attached with 9 ohms of resistor. As per Ohm's law, as per Kirchhoff voltage law, how much current will flow? 9 volt, 9 ohms of resistor, one single branch, 1 ampere of current will flow through the branch, through the battery, through the ammeter. Your answer should be 1 ampere. That's all the questions that we had received or discussed.